Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Every so couple of months, or whatever it may be, I delete my YouTube videos and then start again because I don't feel like I'm that person anymore. So this time around, it's all about pregnancy, starting from conception to where I am now, just below 6 weeks. Jack's getting his vaccines done tonight, so we can go for walks, and I'm really excited just to be able to have that freedom. I didn't think I would miss it, but yeah, it's nice knowing that I can just leave with Bubba instead of just going, fuck, I have to wait till Aiden gets home, or Aiden can do this for me. But I'm not going to talk about that just right now. That's going to be one of my last videos that I'll be making on this topic. But for now, I just wanted to talk about conception because I know that I'm lucky that it only took 2 months for me to get pregnant. I'm very lucky because I know that I have friends that have tried for months, for years, have had IVF unsuccessfully, and that struggle with that idea of not having children. So I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate to have gotten pregnant this early. Sometimes it feels like maybe I should have waited. Sometimes I feel like maybe I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but those are the bad days, and you're going to have those days. I think that most of the books, most of the midwives, most of doctors, people, they make it seem like it's hard, but that, you know, it's so worth it. Like, everyone always ends with, it's so worth it, but you've got a baby, but you've got this. And sometimes it just doesn't feel worth it. You struggle and you feel that feeling of just resentment. And it's okay to feel that way. You're not alone in that feeling, and you shouldn't be ashamed to feel that way. There are days where I struggle. I've struggled throughout my entire pregnancy. And I know that my partner can't relate. I have to, you know, talk about it online, which can be quite scary because I don't know how people are going to react. Whether people will think I'm a bad mum for feeling the way I do, or whether people will relate. And I can tell you, everyone relates. Everyone goes through this. They just don't talk about it because you don't talk about the bad things in pregnancy. You don't talk about the weird, gross shit in pregnancy. You just talk about all the beautiful moments you'll have, which is fucked up. Okay, so conception. I thought I'd talk about my story and kind of work my way through because that's the best way I can do it, I guess. I've never wanted children, ever. I hate children, or hated children. I probably still hate children. I like specific children, but as a whole, they're all fucked. I never wanted children, ever. And then I meet Aiden, and I see him the first time with his niece, and my heart and my ovaries are just like, we're ready now. It's a good time to do this. And we had a discussion once in his car, we were just driving somewhere, and he was like, oh, but you know, you want a career, you want to be a businesswoman. And I said, yeah, but I also kind of want kids. And I guess that kind of put us on a path to wanting children sooner rather than later, because we both knew how the other felt, because he was on the same page. He wanted to be a father. He wanted to be a great dad, because that's something he felt like he could do. You know, he felt like, and I felt the same way, that we may not be great in other aspects of our life, but this is something where we will fucking own it. And we will right the wrongs that our parents had, and we will change the things that we hated about our childhood growing up, or at least that's the way I felt it. And I feel like he kind of felt that, you know, he would be the best version of himself as a dad. So I started my new job, so we couldn't really start trying because I had to be at the company for a year before I could be eligible for maternity leave. And yeah, I can't go without pay. We need money, unfortunately. So we kind of tried it in July, then realized we can't do this. Like, it's just not possible. So I started using this app called Flow, which is terrible. It's shit. Unless you have like 4-week cycles and they're perfect, they're routine, then that app is perfect for you. My cycles are 6 weeks, 5 weeks, who knows? Maybe never, I don't know. They were terrible, so I couldn't really use that app at all. It just didn't work for me. had a countdown. I think it was October where we could start trying, and I would kind of work out okay. I'd be there a year because it was June 2018 that I started. So I had that countdown, and then I just fucked off the timer because I got drunk, and I was like, I want a baby now. So we started trying a month earlier than we should have in September. And by the end of September, like, I knew that's when my period was coming. Like, that's when it should have been due, or early October, I believe. And it didn't come. And I thought, oh my God, I'm pregnant. But because I wanted a baby so much, my body went, yeah, we're going to trick you into thinking you're pregnant. Which sucks. Like, I went off cigarettes completely, and I used to chain smoke. Coffee tasted weird for me. I was nauseous in the mornings. I didn't want to eat as much. Like, fruit, like smells and just weird things were happening. And I knew I was pregnant. Like, I was definitely pregnant. What else could it be? I did a million pregnancy tests, all negative. Like, the amount of money I spent on pregnancy tests, Jesus Christ. So then, crazy mind Mia was like, you know what, I'm going to go to the doctors and get a blood test because that'll prove it. So I went to the doctors, got a blood test, and it was negative. And I cried because I really wanted a baby. And I guess it took until then, that negative test, to realize, yeah, I do want this. It's not too early. It's fine. So we decided to try more. September was a kind of lazy effort. It was a bit of sex, you know, here and there, based on what the flow chart was telling me. But that was obviously completely incorrect. So we just decided to try multiple times a day. And as an outsider, I'm sure that sounds amazing. Like, all the sex, like 2 or 3 times a day, minimum. Amazing. It's not. It's really, really bad. It becomes a chore. Like, I was like, oh, I've got to brush my teeth, I've got to wash my hair, I've got to have sex, you know, I've got to cut my nails. It just became something that I had to do for the day, something that we had to do for the day. And it was exhausting. I don't know how Aiden managed. I'm sure, like, all guys are like, oh, yeah, that'll be sick. It's not. It's just exhausting when all I need for him to do is come. That's all I need. And that may take a while. Like, we're just going to wait it out. And you're just so exhausted. In the morning, during the day, at night, or twice at night, legs up afterwards. Can't go to the toilet afterwards. Yeah. Props to Aiden for putting up with that. Props to anyone that just fucks and fucks and fucks and fucks, because it's tiring, it's exhausting. And then at the end of the month, I think it was October 31st, I think it was Halloween, I had some random spotting, and that wasn't like me. It wasn't like my period wasn't due for like till the end of November, so it wasn't that. I didn't know what it was, and my brain was like, it's definitely implantation bleeding. Definitely implantation bleeding. Like, what else could it be? And I go to the doctors, and they go, we'll get an ultrasound done just to see what it is. And ultrasound, nothing. So that was really disappointing. I just thought I'd see something. Something would be there. Like, what was this blood? And then halfway through November, I started getting these weird shots, pains to my vagina. And I was like, what the hell is that? I think they call it lightning crutch. And I'd just be standing somewhere, and I get this, like, I guess, spark. I'm like, oh God, what is that? And it was just messed up, and I couldn't really explain it to anyone apart from being lightning crutch, which my sister-in-law Jess was like, yeah, that's a sign. I was like, no, like, my body's doing the same thing. I want this baby so badly that it's just, you know, it is doing what it's doing. My period was due, like, I counted 6 weeks out, like, really, like, it's gonna be due on the 27th, like, that's it. And I counted that out, and usually the week before I get all the symptoms, like, I'm hungry, I'm bloated, angry, I'm so just emotions all over the place. I get really bad back pain, cramps, and then my period happens. I'm like, oh yeah, true. Like, I'm not gonna cry over the fact that we ran out of pickles. And I didn't get any of that, and that wasn't weird to me. But then the 27th came, and I didn't get my period. And for some reason, I just was like, I'm pregnant. Like, I need to test. So I really wanted to go home or test at work, whatever it may be. But I waited, got a pregnancy test or a 3-pack on the way home. And I was like walking home as fast as I could. Like, I'm such a shit and slow walker, but I was like pacing to get there. I got home and I tested it straight away. And it was positive. Straight away, like those 2 lines came up. And I kind of just sat there, and then I went to have a cigarette. I'm like, oh shit, I can't do this. Like, this is bad. But I didn't believe it because, you know, I had so many negatives that the positive just didn't seem real. So I tried it again a little bit later on after I had some juice and some water, and it was positive again. And I cried. And I was so excited. And Aiden was going to come home soon, so I put like the 2 pregnancy tests and some books and a little bib upstairs on our bed, so that he would come home and he would see that. And he got home and he was like, I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. And he went upstairs where our bedroom is as well, and I was like listening, like, will he see it? Will he just go to the bathroom first? Like, what's going on? And I hear this like thump, 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 thump downstairs. And he looks at me like, are you serious? And yeah, that's how we found out we were pregnant. And it was really exciting. What wasn't exciting was what happened next. I feel like I talk about maybe the first few weeks of pregnancy in this video too, because pregnancy itself is such a long time, like 40 weeks of your life, and so many things happened. So I went to the doctors because that's what you've got to do after you find out you're pregnant, obviously, and you get blood tests to confirm the HCG levels, to confirm that they're rising, because they need to rise. You need to get a blood test, and then 48 hours later you need to get another blood test to confirm that they're rising at the right level as per how many weeks you are. So I get my initial blood test done. It's good. Yeah, my last period was October 11th, so they counted out how many weeks it was. It's, you know, it's fine, it's in those weeks. I do another one, but I do it too early. I do it 24 hours instead of 48. And the results aren't good. They are rising, but they're not rising like they should be. And I see a different doctor. And he bluntly tells me the baby's dead. Or it's probably going to die soon. I mean, it could be, you know, the weeks are wrong, but most likely the baby is dead. And I'm just sitting there and looking at him thinking, how could you say this to someone? How many people do you say this to? He gave me no hope. And it fucked me up for the rest of the pregnancy because that's all I thought about. So at that point, Aiden was just finishing work or getting off the train and was going to meet me at the car park where we parked, and I was on the phone to him crying, telling the baby is dead, telling them, you know, the doctor didn't say anything, just said get an ultrasound, but, you know, probably dead. And we get the ultrasound, which he says to get in 2 weeks' time, so I would have been around 6 weeks, and there's no heartbeat. But it's also too early to see if there would be a heartbeat. So we go back so we can get some more blood tests done. And this time my partner is with me because we decided after that session that was the last time I would ever go alone to any doctor's appointment regarding the baby. And the doctor is so different. It's the same doctor as last time, but he doesn't really talk to me. He kind of doesn't act like I'm there. He talks to my partner. He acts like we never had that conversation without my partner being there. He tells me I tested too early for the ultrasound. He treats me like a silly little girl. A silly little frazzled girl who's just, you know, overreacting and being silly and whatever it may be. Like, just, I'm an idiot, basically. But he doesn't really tell me this. He just talks to my partner, even though I'm sitting closer to him, and laughs at me. Like, you told me 2 weeks ago that my baby is dead, and you're laughing at me now and pretending like we never had that conversation. It was just, I'm still shocked at it now about how a medical profession could do that and say that and act like that. After that, we get some more blood tests done. So we've got to get an ultrasound another 2 weeks and then get some more blood tests done to see where the levels are at. So the last time we tested, the HCG levels were at 4,000. We go to a different doctor who I still see. The levels are at 42,000 now. We're in a good space. We get another ultrasound done at 8 weeks and we see that heartbeat. And Aiden and I just staring up at it, looking at this little bean, this little peanut, and his beautiful, strong heartbeat. And it just... it fucked me up for the rest of the pregnancy because I was so miserable and I thought he would die so many times. There were so many times, or I will talk about later, that I just thought, I'm just not meant to have this baby because that original doctor told me he was dead. And I wonder how many other women that had gone through something like that with a doctor who had just fucked them up and had possibly even caused the baby to die because of that much stress. Didn't mean for this to happen, but yeah, finger guns. I think I'll leave it there because it does get better, but I think I should start, like, probably have lunch anyway. I haven't really eaten all day because I've been cleaning. But I just wanted to let you know that you can always seek a second opinion. Don't go to the first doctor and let them talk to you like that, or let them talk to you in a way which you know isn't right. It's okay to ask for a second opinion. It's okay to not believe them, and it's okay to find help elsewhere. Anyway, I'll start talking about the next video when I'm feeling a little bit better, and that'll be going through from week 8 to week 40 and talking about all the changes that happen, all the stuff that I went through, you know, including physical pain, mental pain, work, everything that I went through, and everything that Aiden and I went through as a couple as well, just so that other people know that they're not alone. So if you'd like to see that, like this video and subscribe.